Okay, welcome to the new video. In this video we'll be discussing functions. So let's discuss the basic syntax. First of all, you need to write def keyword and then the name of the function, and number of parameters here, and colon, then statements needs to be written here, right? So in this way, and in last, either a function returns a value or it does not returns a value. So let's write a program for function. For example, we wish to add two numbers, then we define a function, for example, with name addition. You can write any name of the function. So it takes two parameter and return sum of both parameters, right? Oops. So x plus y, and now a function first should be defined and then called. A function won't give you any value until it's called. For example, if I run this program, you can see nothing is printed, but now if I call it, for example, I create a variable sum, and now I'm calling the function. I write function name and then two parameters, and now I want to print the value of the function. So the sum is, and in f string we write sum. So let's run it, and you can see I have passed 3, 4 to this function, and what does it return? It returns the sum of both numbers, and that must be 7. It is stored in this sum, and then finally we printed it. So it is not necessary that function always need to return some value. For example, if I write another function, I want to comment this out. I want to define another function, for example menu, and it does not take any parameters but rather prints only the menu. For example, for please refer to the menu, and print for addition press 1. Maybe I copy it. For maybe subtraction press 2. For multiplication press 3, and so on. You can write any values. So I save it, and all I need is just call this function menu. Now if you run it, then you can see it has printed the menu for us. So in this way, a function does not necessarily takes parameter or return value. It depends on your choice if you wish to return any value, and a function can also return two values as well. For example, if I comment this out, I want to comment this out. Okay, now I want a function that should take two inputs and return their sum and difference. So for example, sum difference, I can write any name for the function, and I say sum equals to maybe x plus y, and sum equals to x plus y, and diff equal to x minus y. You can name any variable, and what does it return? It returns both the sum and diff, right? And now I need to call this function as well. So first of all, I need addition and maybe subtraction, two variables, and then name of the function. For example, the name of the function in this case is sumDiff, and I want to pass 12 and 13. Now I want to print the sum is addition variable, and the difference is sub variable, right? So let's say if we are passing 12 and 3, then the sum must be 15, and the difference must be 9. So let's execute it. Now you can see the sum is 15 and the difference is 9. So in this way you can pass as many variable if you want, and you can return as many values as much you want. Okay, so okay, so far so good. I want to comment this out, and let's discuss something. For the problem with this code is we are defining the parameters, and we exactly know a user has to pass only parameters. But what if I want to add more than one variable? So what I need to do, for example, I can use args. For example, I again define a function addition. Maybe I think I haven't defined addition function. I have it defined already, so I need to comment this as well. And now I exactly don't know how many variables I am going to use, so I use args, and within this I use for maybe I in args, and I want to add the values. For example, initially I want to create a variable result, and initially it's 0, and what I do is I add each entry passed in addition program. So and finally I return result, right? And now I want directly print. Maybe I create sum of two numbers, and I call addition 2 comma 3, and sum of, or maybe 4 numbers, just to let you know, just to give you a taste that how does it work. Now you know, you can see here I have just passed one variable, but it's a pointer. It points to a tuple actually. So let's print it now. So the sum is sum of two variables is sum2, and likewise copy it and paste it here. Sum of three variables is, maybe what is the name, sum4. So let's run it again. You can see when in sum2 we have 2 plus 3 5, and 5 is printed, and for three variables you can see the sum is 9. 2 plus 3 is 5, 5 plus 4 is 9. So now actually you are doing, you are passing a tuple. So most of the time people thinks that this args and coargs, in args you pass list, but actually it's a tuple. In order to check it, you can just write the type function, and you can see that it will print the type, and you can see the type of addition is tuple. So you have to be very careful for that. You exactly must know the type of parameter you are passing to a function. In this way you also use double star coargs, which returns a dictionary. So we will cover this in on some other day, in some other video. Till now I think it's enough.